The post-game show. You got a lot of kids out there, so I'll keep it brief today, Coach. I know a frustrating game. You always get greedy after a 2-0 lead in a series. Things look good through 5 innings. Then some freebies mounted up on you. And I know you always talking pregame and postgame about this. You look at the 7 runs in the last 3 innings allowed by the bullpen. 4 of the 7 come on 3 walks and an error out there. The 2 home runs aren't the things that killed you. And as you know, and you'll talk to the team, I'm sure the freebies are what mounted up and gave the game away.
Yeah, you know, with the wind blowing out and the ballpark playing like it was, they're a big swing team, and they play to that, and they don't do a lot of little things. They just try to get guys on and get big swings off. And if you give them freebies, and we flirted with some danger there early with Clayton. You got him in the air a little bit, and we ran a lot of balls down at the track. And then when you give up things, it just takes 1 or 2 swings to put big innings on the board. And that's what happened today.
How'd you feel about Clayton in the 6th inning? Looked like he struggled a little bit control. Finally went to the bullpen. Clayton still gave you 5 in a third solid innings today.
Yeah, he pitched he pitched down the zone better, that's what he had to do. He knew, and he worked some deep counts, but it didn't give a lot away. The 5 walks really didn't hurt him. It just mounted his pitch count a little bit. But Dane came in and did a good job to get out of that inning, and then lost the strike zone, lost the field. That's a guy that's probably been out for
since March 22nd.
Yeah, for a few weeks, and the strike zone jumped. But he'll climb back in there, and I think that's it was a big lift for the club to get out of that inning, and then. I know he's down right now, but he'll be a big factor for us down the stretch.
And kind of an anomaly for you. Let's be frank, because the bullpen's been pretty solid this year. This is not indicative of what the pen's done for you this season.
No, and we put Ben in a couple of different situations. We put him in a Friday night game with bases loaded, nobody out, and he kind of tried to do a little too much. I thought he pitched a lot better today. Volmuth got a big swing on him, and it actually was a pretty good pitch down the way, and just a strong kid that really squares up fastballs, and it was kind of power against power right there.
On the offensive side, you got out to a good start with the 5 runs in the first 2 innings, and I know what you'll look at will be the 3rd, 4th, and 5th when you had some opportunities, especially the 5th when you had the first 2 guys on. 5 men left on base here when you had a chance maybe to expand the lead one run at a time.
That's huge. Day came in and did a great job. Had a good breaking ball going, and lefty that can throw a breaking ball for a strike, it has a way kind of keeping righties and lefties off balance, and he did a great job today. And we didn't really get a lot. He didn't really give us opportunities to expand the lead when he got going.
I know it stings to lose today when you were trying to get a sweep, but going into the weekend, if you would have said you'd win the series, you'd be pretty happy with it. And we've started the second half of the season. This is the first 3 games of the last 28, so you're 2-1 against the 14th ranked team in the country. So once they get over it initially today, you've gotten off to a really good start in the second half of the season. You've got yourself back up today as high as 60 in the RPI.
Yeah, this is going to sting a little bit because of how hard the team's been playing, and that's going to be the talk now is to put this behind us. Now we got an opportunity to go back at the next first place team in the league, the next weekend. So it's kind of early to look at standings, but you just look at opponents, and UAB's playing well. We got two very good midweek games coming up that we'll throw some young guys and battle a good Arkansas State club. We've played them close through the years, and that's what it's got to be back to a one game, 1 day at a time stretch.
Well, I'm sure the first 2 conference series, if someone had told you 3-3, you went on the road at one of the contenders. You had the 14th ranked team in the country and always a contender in Southern Miss. 3-3, you'd have said, okay, we'll go with that and then try to work the last 7 conference series. So you're not in a bad situation at 3-3. You've got 2 of the contenders out of the way.
Yeah, the league's pretty balanced this year, and I think it's going to be. You went in today with every team winning the first 2 games of the series, so there's opportunities for sweeps. I think there may have only been 1 sweep. Is that right?
If UAB holds on, that'll be a sweep. East Carolina salvaged the game, and UCF salvaged the game. So if UAB holds on, that'll be the only sweep of the weekend.
That just shows how hard they are to come by in college baseball at any level. But love how even late. We made a little charge late, made a little noise, but you just got to tip your cap to Southern Miss. They got the swings off today. After we gave them some things, and Dave pitched well for them out of the bullpen.
And you give Barry's team credit too, because coming in, it's always hard to play a third game if you're down 0-2 on the road, and then they got down 5-0 early. They could have rolled over real quick, but they fought back, and that's why they've been in 11 regionals in a row.
Yeah, they've got a lot of tradition, and the series win here is what you'll take from this.
Yeah.
After this thing of today comes out, but that club's going to beat a lot of teams down the stretch.
I know it's 25 games left and maybe a little premature to talk about it, but I guess you got to start focusing the team on what they've got to do one game at a time. Because if you can take care of business, you're going to give yourself a chance near the end of the season. So even these Arkansas State games, and they got off to a really bad start, but they've played well over the last month. These ASU games, very key for what's going to happen in late May for you.
Very key, and I think it's key because of how good of a run we've been on in the last week, and then we have a heartbreaker today. And now you got to rejuvenate and get back to playing like we did, and get back and pound the strike zone and make plays and keep our offense rolling. I
guess one bonus out of today is you didn't have to pinch Sam Ball or Daron Schoenrock, so they're both fresh, ready to go for the midweek. So what's the order of those two this week?
Well, I will talk about it. Sam got hot once today in the bullpen, and we'll evaluate tomorrow and make a read on who gets what game, and then we got to kind of line up. We rode Ben pretty hard this weekend. 2 outings. Yeah. He's going to be a little tender, and then we'll got to see how Dane bounces back. So we'll have to kind of determine what bullpen we'll have. I think we'll have them all back for Tuesday, but the challenge is going to be get the team hungry to play again because we're on such a good roll.
All right, well, Coach, as always, we appreciate you coming up. We will talk to you here. We'll wrap up the 10-game homestand. Be big to win it because if you're going to win it on Tuesday, you end the homestand at 7-3.
Yeah, it'd be real big, and we're starting to get some comfort at home. And never really feel like you're out of a game at home, and that's a good feeling to have.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks.